corner for Foley with money through Bryson. Bryson carries it in. It comes back to Walman. Walman looks, waits, shoots. Jake Walman! With under 2 minutes remaining, the power play goal gives the Friars the lead.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode of Just Say Guay. I'm your host, George Guay. Today I'm joined by Jake Walman of the St. Louis Blues. Jake, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so obviously for the both of us in the last 8 or so months, a lot's happened in the world, but a lot has happened with you in hockey. You make your debut out in Vegas with the Blues. You get ready for the NHL Bubble playoffs, which you were called up for, and you just signed your extension. What has this whole process been like?
It's crazy going through it for the first time. So all the negotiating, new deals, and it's a little crazy with the COVID times going on. But it's been a process. We've worked hard, and we found out a way to get on the ice and do workouts. And even with all the shutdowns, it's been good. We've been getting the work done, and it's good. I'm excited for this year.
Definitely, me too, especially to see you with the Blues. So, Brian Pino went through the same process you did, being called up for the bubble playoffs. He was on the show not too long ago. How did you stay ready to be called up?
Well, when we had that layoff, the season got canceled. We all got back to our homes, and I was with my parents. Didn't really know what was going on with the season, if it was coming back or not. And then after the complete shutdown, pretty much, we got word that there might be some playoff hockey coming and that I'd be part of the Blues in the bubble. So immediately tried to find ice. I was lucky that my family, my brother's really into fitness too, and my mom. So they started making a little home gym downstairs, which we didn't have before. So it was like a quarantine gym downstairs. We did some hard workouts, got ready off the ice. And then when I was able to get some ice and find some in Toronto, it was back to normal, just training, getting ready, like a training camp almost, getting back into it. And it was good. It was fun. It was a quick turnaround, and the bubble experience, I guess we'll get to it later, but it was different. So it was good.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you're from Toronto, the Toronto area. What's the hockey culture like growing up there? There's a lot of great guys that have emerged there, McDavid, Subban, Joe Thornton, the list goes on. You could create a whole team of guys just from Toronto. What was that like growing up?
It's a hub for sure. It's a hockey hub. Growing up, pretty much every kid that I grew up with pretty much played hockey. In school, it was school hockey, family. That was like a big part of our life. So it's crazy. All the rinks are always packed. That's why now in quarantine times, it's really hard to find ice. Stuff's expensive because there's not much of it. And if you weren't playing hockey in Toronto, I'm not really sure what you were doing growing up. But my family was all athletic. My brother played. My parents played. Mom didn't play hockey, but she danced. So we're all athletic. We're all, I don't know, we love sports. So it's all we talk about. And Toronto's probably the best place to do it in.
Definitely agree. I have family out there. Great city, great town. Definitely have to see a hockey game up there one day for sure. So how did it feel to be drafted by the Blues before your time at Providence College started?
We're going back now, 2014, but the draft was a great experience. I'd never been grouped in a position like that with other great players around the world. It was kind of surreal. I was getting ready to go to college, and Nate Lehman, our coach at Providence, he joined me and my family at the draft and was supporting us. He's kind of talking us through all the players that he had before doing the same thing. So that was a great time. Drafted the Blues. I didn't really know much about them, but we went to 3 or 4 development camps, got to figure out the city, and I'm still with them. So they put the trust in me, and I trust them, and I'm ready to go for this season.
Yeah, so you mentioned also Providence College. It's where we went together at school. From being from Toronto, what made you choose them specifically? Because, before the national championship, it was a historic program, but, it didn't really have the amount of pros like a Boston College or a Boston University. It was really a program on the rise. What made you want to choose that?
I whittled it down to probably 3 or 4 schools at the end, and Providence was actually one of the first schools to approach me at one of the prospect camps when I was playing junior in Toronto. And kind of right away, I got a good feel for what they had going there and their program and their staff. And then I met Nate, and Nate personally came to a bunch of my games in Toronto from Rhode Island. So we got connected real quick. He made me feel at home like a family, and I wasn't even committed there yet. So I remember when I committed, I actually FaceTimed Nate and I said, I'm going to be a Friar. Like I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. He was happy, and we kind of clicked right away. And all through my 3 years at Providence, Nate was my biggest fan. He's my helped me out through everything. He was a hard coach on the ice, but off the ice, he was a great guy, and treated all of us like a family.
Yeah, it's definitely amazing what he has done with the program in such a short amount of time. So your first year as a freshman, you win the national championship, changes the culture. What was that like as a freshman?
Funny story, but all the upperclassmen on that team were real confident guys, and I'm sure you've heard that from a bunch of people, but they're good at hockey, and they're all confident. And when I remember as a freshman, I came in not knowing really what anything about college was, played hockey in Toronto, so I didn't really know what a national championship really meant. And every time we'd hang out with that group of guys, our team really felt like we had something special. And I was young. I didn't really know what was going on, but these guys were always saying, we're going to win. We're going to win. Like, how do you feel to win? And we haven't even played a game in the season yet. I just remember it vividly. All these guys were so confident. Our team was good. All the guys clicked, and look what we did. We came out and we won it. So that was a crazy year. Next year we had a great team too. So kind of kept it rolling the whole time.
Yeah, definitely a historic season. Personally, that was my accepted students day, the national championship game.
Oh yeah.
Around for the game because they kind of wanted us all out in case you guys won, and it'd be madness, which it was.
Yeah.
So as a defenseman going into that game, I got to ask, what was the game plan like? Because Jack Eichel really was the force on that team. Hobie Baker Award, second pick in the draft. That team also had some other weapons like O'Regan, Grzelcyk, Oskinen. Was the game plan just to try and contain Jack, or more so the people around him?
I think Pins can probably attest to this. We had a great shutdown line. I forget exactly the whole makeup, but I'm pretty sure Kevin Rooney stuck on Eichel pretty much the whole game. We are familiar with BU and their star power from the season. We played them a few times already. So I think after our game, our semifinal game, when we knew we were in the finals, we were all kind of watching the BU North Dakota game, and we were more familiar with BU. So not sure who we were hoping to win, but when BU won, we kind of knew what we were up against, and it was familiar for us. It was a great time to have it in Boston. I think we might have had more fans than them too. Our fans were great, but yeah, that was our plan. Just overwhelm them. That's our hockey. Get pucks deep, hit Nate Lehman style hockey. We did it in practice all year. So kind of came full circle in the finals.
Yeah, it must have been nice to win it in Boston as well. I mean, I grew up 30 minutes outside Boston, and Boston College and BU, they try to consider it their building from a collegiate level. So,
yeah.
You spent 3 years at Providence College. You didn't come back for your fourth. What was the process like, after the Harvard game, and you kind of signed your contract pretty fast, like other players have done, like Brandon Duhaime and Josh Wilkins. How does that process work?
I'm not sure. I think it's different for every player, but Nate, like I said, Nate, he was my biggest supporter when I was there. I didn't really have an agent at the time because you weren't allowed, and he was kind of my mentor and gave me advice and all this stuff. And I really didn't want to leave his program because I love Nate, and all he did was help me. Nothing negative to say about the guy. So I don't know. The process was tough. I remember I had a call or a lunch meeting with Nate before I left school, and I was tearing up because I didn't want to leave him and the team, and it was tough. You kind of know when you're ready to go, and everyone's supporting your decision. So, I mean, at that point, I think it was my time. I don't think I could have made a bad choice. Like coming back to school would have been great because it's great culture there, great hockey, and I love the guys. And going pro, everybody wants to go pro. It's their dream. So I don't think I really could have made a bad choice, but we ended up going pro, and we're here now. So we re-signed with the Blues, and life goes on, hockey goes on. So
Yeah, it's definitely worked out for sure. So, since I've been a freshman through my time at Providence College, the hockey program just gets better each and every year. Guys are in the pros now, like, yourself, Pino, Jankowski, Tanev, Nolachari, and a lot of other guys are coming into the league hopefully soon, like Wilkins, Duhaime, Jack Dugan just signed with the Knights. What's it like to be a part of that, group that kind of changed the culture of the program?
It's a good feeling. I think when we all get back together in the summers and off season, we all talk about the times we had at Providence, and it's special to have a group, especially the group that we won with. I think whenever we get together, and even the ring ceremony, it's all good memories. And I think everybody can look back at Providence saying they had a great time there. Hockey was great. Providence, if I was a player looking to go NCAA, that's where I would go. It's a family. I'd pick that I picked that choice 100 times over. I think the group of guys that we won with, it's going to be special forever. Whenever we have get-togethers and alumni things, we'll all talk about what we did at Providence.
That's definitely a good answer. So you spent some time in the AHL, Chicago, Binghamton. You make a big jump with the San Antonio Rampage. What was the key to that success that ultimately led you to being called up to the Blues?
For me personally, I'm a confident player, and when I get confidence, that's when I shine. And when I have guys on my side too that are pushing me and want me to succeed, that's really when it can explode. And I think the coaching staff this year in San Antonio was really helpful. I thought it was a great development year for me personally, and our team. We had a good team. We didn't get to finish the season, but all the guys clicked. It kind of reminded me of a Providence national championship season. So all the coaches were on the player sides. We all loved each other. We were great. We all vibed together, and I think that's probably where the success came from.
It's definitely good to be a part of a great team that can help you get to your next step. So what was it like to finally make your debut with the Blues in Vegas? I know the PC hockey team was out there on a trip while you made your debut. Did you get to see anyone from the program?
Yeah, I pretty much saw everybody. I saw Nate right before the game and after the game. I saw the training staff, all the other coaches, and a couple of players that I still knew on the team. But man, that was a crazy day for me, crazy week leading up to it when I got called up. So I called my parents the day before when they said I'm going to be playing. And they flew in 11 a.m. I think it was a 1 o'clock game. So they flew in at 11 to Vegas, showed up to the game. And when I got into the change room, nobody really knows this, but my name was the 7th defenseman. So I wasn't slotted into play. And the guy that I was replacing was actually going to play. So I took warm-ups just in case he couldn't go. My parents are all there. My dad's on the glass. I see him filming the whole thing. And I texted them before. I said, hey, I don't think I'm playing. And they flew all the way from Toronto. So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to play. What are they going to think? And then literally 5 minutes before warm-up ended, when we're skating on the ice, 5 minutes before, our defenseman Parayko on our team said he's not going, so I'm playing. And I all the emotion just came right into me, the butterflies, everything. Did a couple hard laps, went up to the glass, saw my dad. I was like, I'm playing. It was crazy. It was loud. I'm not really sure there's a better first game to have than in Vegas. It was it's like walking into a club. So that was a crazy day. And then night festivities in Vegas was fun with the team after. So we got the whole experience there.
That's a great story, and especially having all the people that have been by your side to, make it to the pros, be there, makes it more special. So last question, you re-signed with the Blues. This team is clearly a Stanley Cup contender since they won it. You kept the goaltender. Pietrangelo leaves, but you signed Torrey Krug, one of the best scoring defensemen in the league. What else do you like about this team going forward?
You know, I'm excited. Obviously, there's a great core, and I think it's going to be big. Ryan O'Reilly will take over a lot of leadership for Petro being gone. But even Petro, I got to owe a lot of help to him. He was a mentor too when I was there. He was a defenseman that I looked up to. So him being gone will be a big loss. But like you said, Torrey Krug coming in, he's a great defenseman. Watched him in Boston, and I think all the guys on the team are going to embrace him right away. And man, I'm just looking forward to getting going. I feel good. I feel like it can be a huge help to the team. So in whatever capacity they need me, I'll be there, and I'm ready to go work for this. And now I got to show it.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, Jake. Thanks for coming on my show. We'll stay in touch, and I can't wait to see what you do this year. Thank you.
Awesome, George. Thanks, man.